Welcome back. Well, the Mumbai Crime Branch has officially started the extradition process for Anmol Bishnoi, the brother of gangster Lawrence Bishnoi, who is wanted in connection with the firing incident at actor Salman Khan's house, along with several other cases across the country. Anmol Bishnoi faces over 17 criminal cases in India and has been implicated in the Salman Khan firing case as well, along with his brother Lawrence Bishnoi and gangster Goldie Brar. The National Investigation Agency (NIA) added Anmol Bishnoi's name to its most wanted list and announced a reward of rupees 10 lakh for any information leading to his arrest. The NIA also alleged him providing weapons and logistic support to Moosewala's murderers and provided a Turkey-made Tisas pistol and a Glock firearm that was used in the murder of NCP leader Baba Siddiqui on the 12th of October. And according to sources within the Mumbai police, US authorities have confirmed Anmol Bishnoi's presence in the United States to Indian officials. All right, well, we'll talk about this, but first up, let's find out who Anmol Bishnoi is and how he's been able to abscond, flee the country, and what is he all about. He's 25 years of age. He's the younger brother of Lawrence Bishnoi. He hails from Dutarwali village, Fazilka, which is in Punjab. It's a farm area, comprises mostly of farmers. The school that he went to was a Sachkhand convent school, and his biggest introduction, of course, is that he's the brother of Lawrence Bishnoi. And of course, the rap sheet and the charges against him are quite serious and quite big as well. Like I already mentioned, he is responsible for charge 1, absconding in Sidhu Moosewala's murder case. He provided the weaponry, perhaps was also responsible for some of the planning that went about in Moosewala's murder. Charge 2 is firing outside Salman Khan's residence in Mumbai. The brothers have sworn to kill Salman Khan and have hired a number of people to cause a lot of havoc outside his house. Big charge number 3, the recent one, accused in the killing of former Maharashtra Minister Baba Siddiqui, was responsible for supplying the Glock and the Turkey-made pistol. Of course, and this is how, in fact, he fled from India. Of course, through the porous border, he went to Nepal, from where he must have taken several modes of transportation, including boats and ships, to get to Kenya, from Kenya to Portugal, and made his way to the United States, where he finally ended up in Canada, as we all know, which is a safe haven for a number of criminals who have been planning anti-India activities for so long. And India has once again requested the Americans as well as the Canadians multiple times that they need to act on cracking down on these criminals. We'll talk about this with some of our guests, but now joining us is somebody very special. Mr. Ujjwal Nikam, Special Prosecutor, is with us on the broadcast. Mr. Nikam, appreciate you taking out the time and speaking with us. So first up, well, according to you, sir, how important is the alert given by, or rather given to US authorities for Mumbai police to track Anmol Bishnoi? We all know he's a wanted man, a dangerous man at that.
No doubt, Anmol Bishnoi is one of the noted criminal, and he has been involved in the number of illegal activities. But US alert is important because we are also tracking, our government is also tracking, because so far as the recent murder that has been committed in Mumbai, preliminary investigation shows, and of course they are just tracking it, whether this has some relation with the person who is not staying in India.
Mr. Nikam, what will now be the process to extradite Anmol Bishnoi back to India? Is it going to be a complicated affair?
No, it is for the government of India. You see, ultimately, once the Anmol Bishnoi's role is evident, then necessarily competent court will issue the warrant, non-bailable warrant, then it will be given to the Interpol for its service, and then Interpol has to serve the said summons. But I don't have the particular information about Anmol Bishnoi, where he's staying and what he's doing at present. But the preliminary investigation shows that he's indulging in the criminal activity.
So you had made visit to the United States as the prosecutor after 2611 and in the Headley investigation as well. Do you expect full cooperation from the United States and Canada in this matter?
I had no hesitation to say that US and Canada will tender all the legal assistance to the India, because ultimately, so far as the David Headley, when he has admitted his charges in the Chicago court, and when India, we have decided to take his evidence, we were granted that permission also. And accordingly, we have taken the evidence of David Headley. So similarly, if Anmol Bishnoi is tracked, then surely, of course, we'll require to satisfy the foreign court also the prima facie evidence for his extradition. But I had no idea at present where he's staying and exactly when the summons will be served on him, when Interpol will arrest him. It is a matter of a couple of days.
So how important is it for Canada and the United States to work with India instead of pressurizing and making comments to act against the Bishnoi gang?
Now, India is expecting the necessary help and legal assistance so far as extraditing the Anmol Bishnoi. But I don't want to divulge much things at present because the investigation in Mumbai at a very premature stage. Some accused are apprehended. What they had confessed before the investigating officer, that I had no idea. And let us see, once the Mumbai police file the charge sheet, then definitely we can see. But I am sure that Canada and the US authorities will definitely help the India.
So do you see the situation with Lawrence Bishnoi and his gang being a major problem? You know, like Dawood and his gang had posed, decades ago.
No doubt, the Lawrence Bishnoi's gang have extended their activities not in Rajasthan, in Delhi, but they have started, it seems, even in the Maharashtra. But I don't think that it would be very difficult to check and control their illegal activities, because in Maharashtra we have the powerful act like the Maharashtra Organized Control Criminal Act, and that is called MCOC Act. And under MCOC Act, once the accused is being arrested, then it's very difficult for his bail, because there are certain stringent conditions being leveled. But I have no hesitation to say that surely Lawrence Bishnoi's gang's illegal activities will be under control within the short of time.
Mr. Nikam, I appreciate you joining us, sir. Thank you so much for your time. All right, let's talk a little more about this. Mr. M.K. Meena, former Special CP, Delhi Police, is with us on the program. Major General Dhruv Katoch is also with us. He's the director of the India Foundation. General Katoch, thank you for being here, sir. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, Vineet, I can hear you.
So, the same question that I asked Mr. Nikam as well. Dawood was a menace in the 80s and the 90s. And, it took a lot of gusto, it took a lot of coordination, and it took a lot of resources to bring him down and pin him down. Eventually, he fled to Pakistan, where he still continues to run his empire. Lawrence Bishnoi is not out. He's behind bars, and he's still able, to create this sense of panic, this sense of fear amongst a number of people. Anybody he names has to be protected by at least Y+ security. What do you make of this ecosystem this criminal has created, and are we doing enough to at least placate the people who are living in fear because of this man and his gang?
Thank you, Vineet. Vineet, when I look at it, as far as this Bishnoi gang is concerned, I think there is a fundamental difference between what he does and what Dawood Ibrahim has been doing. both, of course, are involved in criminal activities which are unacceptable. But Dawood went a step further. He went into activities which were directly against the Indian state. It went beyond criminality. And I don't think Bishnoi has gone beyond criminality. Criminality, of course, is bad enough. So he's into that extortion, murder, etc., etc. But he has done nothing per se on the lines of Dawood Ibrahim by which he has actually targeted the Indian state. Specifically the Indian state, he's been targeting individuals. That is one. Number two, it is important that his activities be curbed, but that may be easier said than done because you've already got Bishnoi here behind bars. So obviously the extent to which he is working is far wider than what most people think. But the third aspect is, this interaction with foreign agencies. When we are talking about his brother, who is presumably in the United States or who has taken Canadian citizenship. Now here I have got a point. You see, so long as the United States and Canada utilize the services of such people as their own assets, there is no way they are going to give them over. They may talk about it, they may do anything, they will never ever hand them over to the Indian authorities because they are being treated as US assets. The United States are not so much concerned about terrorism when it concerns their own assets. They are quite prepared to use the same people as a leverage against India. So when we are looking at the Khalistani gangs which are operating in Canada or even in the United States, the US is quite happy to keep them there. And they will keep them there specifically as a pressure point against India, so that if they wish to pressurize India on any foreign policy issue, they will use them as a lever to create disturbance within the country. Having said that, all criminal activity, whether it is the Bishnoi gang or any other gang, needs to be curtailed. More important than getting the individual, I think we need to see as to how they are being financed. You control the finances, we control the individuals, and I think everything else will fall into place. Vineet.
You're absolutely right, sir. We also have ACP Dhanraj Vanjari, former police officer from Mumbai, joining us on the show. Mr. Vanjari, are you there with us, sir?
Yes, yes.
All right, so appreciate your patience. How do you look at this menace of Lawrence Bishnoi, which, not only has a resonance within our country, but is also, seeking patronage and support outside of India, especially in a hostile country like Canada?
They have their network in the 7 countries of the world. That is the report of our intelligence only. Now, creating network in 7 different countries is not a joke. And without the support of the government over there and our government, which is impossible. Why I say it is our government? Because in this murder of Baba Siddiqui, the pistol is 9mm. 9mm pistol is only with the police and army or the forces. But how a private man can use this kind of pistols? So where from the weapons have come? Now where Mr. Lawrence Bishnoi is lodged, that prison is there, what the prison administration is doing if he passes his order and if he manages and operates his kingdom of crime from within the jail. So it is all shocking. Without the political and the acting government support, it is not possible that a Lawrence gang will spread its network in 7 different countries in the world. Second very important point, as you have raised in your talk, whether it is possible to deport him, to get it in India. So it depends on the treaty between 2 governments wherever he will be tracked and traced by NIA. NIA has claimed that they are tracking, okay, it's all right, but wherever he will be tracked and traced, whether that country, whether that particular located area is under the treaty. And if it is not under the treaty, then there is a problem. So like for Osama bin Laden, Americans have done the place was not in the treaty, so they went themselves and banged it. So these kind of actions only will curb. Looking into the activities of Bishnoi, as it has been already said, there is difference. Bishnoi so far has not been cited as a terrorist, whereas Dawood is already declared international terrorist by American Senate. That should be underlined over here. Now, if he becomes a terrorist tomorrow or supports some group, now it is possible that this money of extortion, where the family money is going, what trade drugs and what trade gold, what trade foreign currency, and where this trading is going. And ultimately, if it comes to that, then he also will be at same power where the Daud is now. But at present, he is one degree less than that, we can say. Now, in this particular case, Mumbai police has a major challenge to crack the case. Major challenge in the event, they have number one, Dharavi connection to explore. Then SRA, his property was already sealed in 2018 by ED, which is worth around 500 crores. The man coming from Bihar in one generation becomes a Malik of all so much property. It's also a big question how it has happened without political support. Recently, he had joined Ajit Pawar faction. Ajit Pawar faction is no more a less link to track the history and to track the particular motive of Baba Siddiqui's killing. Now, all these things you combine together and we'll say that what is the effect? Now, today, the killing of Baba Siddiqui by Bishnoi gang and claiming that yes, Bishnoi has done it and Bishnoi has come forward as a very big criminal. As you said that even if he gives a simple threat, the person is not given less than Y plus security. Why this is happening? The entire Bollywoodian, there is a wave of terror and this terror wave is working for the extortion for not only criminals but for politicians too. So these are some open secrets and the blunt truths one must accept it. So all these things coming together and calculating together, I will say the state should be more powerful than any criminal and any terrorist faction. But, a big but, that if state want or state is utilizing their power or state is creating them to utilize for their criminalization of politics, then it's horrible situation we all common people like you and me must think of. Thank you.
You're absolutely right, sir. And Mr. Meena is also joining us, former Special Commissioner of Police, Delhi Police. Mr. Meena, I hope you can hear me, sir. Mr. M.K. Meena?
Yes, yes.
Right. So, taking a leaf out of what Mr. Vanjari said, that for Lawrence Bishnoi, to have this elaborate network of fear and intimidation, there also has to be a lot of support. Do you think the crackdown that is happening against Lawrence Bishnoi at this point in time needs to be more internalized?
In fact, at many places and many police agencies are working for this. And wherever cases are being registered or reported, concerned state police is taking action. But one has to see one thing, that they have to take action properly. If there is any intelligence is received, immediate action is to be taken. It should not be delayed. And if any concrete or any criminal activity is taking place anywhere, immediately case should be registered, proper investigation should be done, and concerned persons or concerned criminals have to be booked properly. In fact, what happens, like we collect evidences, but evidences collected should be thoroughly examined, and only those evidences which are pointing towards Lawrence Bishnoi or his gang should be taken, and it should not be like cooking of evidence and fake evidence we should create and then we go for trial. Because if in that case there is some loophole and the criminal is acquitted. Secondly, if there is Lawrence Bishnoi is in jail, everybody knows, like earlier officer has also told about this. When he is in jail, how he can operate, this is not understood by anybody. If he is in jail, he should be kept under proper watch, and in fact, every activity is to be watched or in the jail, In fact, as per media reports, there are 700 shooters, around 700 shooters for this gang. How they are operating, how they are flourishing. Each and every gang member has to be identified by concerned police station and concerned police, and action should be taken against them. The name of Anmol Bishnoi has, as per police, that he was involved in Salman Khan's residence firing, and now Mumbai police has launched for his extradition. The process of extradition should be expedited. They should pursue with concerned agency, and he should be brought here, and proper intelligence, proper evidence has to be collected. In fact, it is a matter of collection of evidence and even pointing towards each and every accused. And earlier officer has also pointed out how they are going to relate these evidences is very difficult. So in fact, the evidences have to be collected properly. And all state police, wherever his network is there, all state police should share information, because we have seen that some state police and some police officers, they are not sharing information with others. They think the information should be kept with him only. That is not good. Each and every information should be gathered, and is police, like there is every state has got good network of police system. It's a system. How it is there that such gang can operate in India? And at this age where we have also got modern technology, we have also got good officers, is good network of police system. So a person who can operate and who has got around 700 members, it is not believable. We have also worked in police, and it is not possible. So we have, until unless there is support of somebody, the support has to be stopped, and each and everybody has to work in such a way, each police officer has to work in such a way, in coordinated way, to take action against such gang, because they are dangerous for the society, they are dangerous for the state, they are dangerous for the nation, and they are dangerous for even internationally. Now, this gang is connected internationally. This very, I don't know how they can operate. When we have also got monitoring system, we have a sophisticated system. So each police has to take it very seriously, and gang members, against gang members, proper action is to be taken. And one point is also there, whenever any threat is received for any person, like nowadays they have threatened Salman Khan and others also, proper security system is to be provided to that person. No harm should be caused by this gang. That is the success of police. Thank you.
Angel Katoch, important point there by Mr. Meena as well. If he's in jail, then how is he able to pull all these strings? Who's on the inside helping him? And, is this also becoming, some sort of a decoy way of covering a lot of crime and a lot of syndication, when there's nobody taking claim?
Vineet, very frankly, I think as far as the Bishnoi, the Bishnoi character himself is concerned, if he's behind bars, I really don't think he's operating, because then any action which, anything which he does, any criminal activity which he does, goes directly onto the state government where he is being imprisoned. But it is very simple. You see, if you've got a big organization, say there's 700 shooters, there may be more, and they're spread all across the globe, there are other people, as far as that organization is concerned, they have got a set pattern of working. Bishnoi may be in jail in Gujarat, but there are other people who are outside jail who are controlling the show. They've got a similar plan. Now, to state that people, such large syndicates can't flourish, even in advanced countries like the United States, we have got the mafia functioning. People know they are the mafia. You just can't touch them. There is a legal process involved. Unless you have the proof, you cannot get that fellow. You can't even arrest him, despite knowing that, okay, he's the chap who's pulled the trigger. But then, you see, they've got the best lawyers. They'll get them out in a jiffy. So it doesn't work that way. Where is the smoking gun? You've got to actually prove it before you can arrest that person. Not just the US, yeah. You look at the Latin American countries, you look at UK, you look at Germany, all these countries, they've got gangs flourishing, and they have been flourishing for decades. So no police system is good enough really to take out every single gang. And if they were that good, then of course it would be a nice and peaceful world. I'm afraid that is not so. In this particular case, I still insist, I'm still quite convinced of it. We have to look into where the money is coming from. If we can trace the money, then you can trace everything, but that is the smoking gun. No, if you've got 700 operators, they've got to be clothed, fed, they have to be looked after every single day. Where is that money coming from? How is it being channelized to them? The focus has to be on that. But now I come to just one more point I want to give, Vineet. You see, when we are looking at foreign countries, in this particular case, let me take the specific example of Canada and the United States. They are using these very same elements as tools of their foreign policy. There is no way they're going to give them up. In fact, they will support them. They'll say, okay, at so-and-so time, we will have riots created in India. We'll have the farmers supported. We'll have people striking against the nuclear power in India and South India. We want to support all such groups. You will create that support. Now, that is how the foreign governments come in to create this, to destabilize this country. There is no way in which they're going to give them up. They are hands in glove with them in their attempt to keep India down. That is also a part of political play. I understand that. And it is the friendly governments which are doing it. Leave aside Pakistan and China, which obviously will do what they can. The friendly countries are as concerned about India's rise as anybody else. And they will do everything in their power to see that India doesn't grow the way we wish to grow. Vineet.
Absolutely great point, sir. Unfortunately, we have run out of time, but appreciate everybody who joined us and shared their perspective on this important yet ongoing concern for the entire country. On that note, we take a short break. Be right back.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.